How many lives do you have left? It's a question most people never dare to ask. We go through life thinking this is it. One birth, one death, one chance to get it right. But what if that's not the whole story? What if your soul has been here before hundreds of times? And what if there's a limit, a final lifetime, after which your journey through this world is over? This is where Cayce, the man known as the Sleeping Prophet, delivers an answer so shocking, it will change the way you think about life, death, and everything in between. Cayce, who gave more than 14,000 psychic readings while in a trance state, claimed that our souls reincarnate over and over, each lifetime a lesson, a step towards something greater. But he also warned, these chances are not infinite. The clock is ticking and your remaining lives are fewer than you think. Imagine looking at your life not as a random accident, but as part of a carefully planned curriculum for your soul. Every challenge, every joy, every heartbreak, it's all part of the test. And according to Cayce, how you live this life may determine whether you'll get another chance, or whether this is your final exam. In this video, we'll dive deep into Cayce's most haunting predictions about reincarnation, explore how he calculated the number of lives a soul has, and uncover the terrifying implications for all of us. Because the real question isn't just how many lives do you have left, it's whether you're using the one you have right now in the way that truly matters. Imagine waking up to the realization that your soul's future hinges on the choices you make today. Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, delivered over 14,000 documented psychic readings between 1901 and 1945, offering profound insights into the mysteries of reincarnation and spiritual growth. His revelations, archived at the Association for Research and Enlightenment in Virginia Beach, uncover a disturbing truth. The trajectory of your future incarnations depends entirely on the spiritual progress you make in this lifetime. This isn't about fate or a cosmic checklist. It's about the conscious choices you're making right now, often without even realizing their weight. What's truly unsettling is Cayce's discovery that many souls are trapped in a cycle of repetition, facing the same spiritual challenges lifetime after lifetime. Why? Because they failed to learn the lessons their soul incarnated to master. Picture yourself unknowingly attracting the same conflicts, relationships, or struggles across centuries, all because you haven't grasped the deeper purpose behind them. Cayce's readings reveal that reincarnation isn't just a cosmic loop, it's a classroom for spiritual education and karmic resolution. Each life offers a chance to grow, correct past mistakes, and serve others in meaningful ways. But here's the chilling part. If you don't make spiritual progress in this incarnation, you'll face those same lessons again, often in tougher circumstances, until you finally get it right. Cayce's teachings emphasize that some souls remain stuck in these reincarnation cycles for centuries, even millennia, because they resist growth or ignore their experience's deeper meaning. This isn't about punishment, it's about opportunity. Your soul keeps presenting you with the same challenges until you master them, like a patient teacher waiting for you to pass the test. So, what does it take to break free from this cycle and graduate from earthly incarnations? Cayce's archived readings point to a few critical principles that every soul must embody. First and foremost is forgiveness, which he described as the cornerstone of spiritual progress. Carrying resentment, anger, or unforgiveness creates karmic bonds that tether you to earth, pulling you back into future lives to resolve those conflicts. It's a heavy burden. Holding on to grudges doesn't just harm your peace in this life. It chains your soul to the physical plane for longer than necessary. Equally vital is the cultivation of unconditional love and compassion. Cayce's readings urge us to see every person as a spiritual being, regardless of their actions. This isn't easy. Loving those who hurt you or challenge you requires profound spiritual maturity. Yet this ability to respond with empathy, even in the face of pain, marks a significant leap toward liberation from reincarnation. Imagine the freedom of viewing every interaction as a chance to grow, rather than a reason to react with anger or judgment. Cayce's insights challenge us to examine our lives with brutal honesty. Are you holding on to resentment? Are you choosing love over judgment? Your answers determine whether you're inching closer to spiritual graduation or sentencing your soul to another round of earthly lessons. The stakes are high, but so is the opportunity. By embracing forgiveness and compassion, today you can reshape your soul's destiny, stepping closer to a future free from the need to return. But wait, there's another principle that Cayce's readings suggest is particularly challenging for souls to master. And understanding this will help you see why many souls remain in reincarnation cycles for extended periods. Cayce's documented readings consistently emphasize the importance of aligning personal will with divine will. This doesn't mean becoming passive, but rather learning to serve spiritual purposes rather than purely selfish desires. According to Cayce's teachings, souls that remain focused primarily on material success, personal recognition, or controlling outcomes for selfish reasons create attachments that bind them to physical existence. These spiritual attachments act like chains, requiring additional incarnations to overcome. Now, here's what's truly concerning about Cayce's reincarnation teachings. His readings indicate that souls possess free will in every lifetime, which means spiritual progress isn't guaranteed. You can actually move backward in your development if you make consistently poor spiritual choices. Cayce's documented readings suggest that souls can accumulate additional karmic debts, develop negative character traits, or become more spiritually resistant than they were in previous lifetimes. This means some souls might actually be further from spiritual graduation now than they were in past incarnations. But there's something even more disturbing in Cayce's readings about modern times. His documented work suggests that souls incarnating in recent centuries face unique spiritual challenges that make advancement both more urgent and more difficult. According to Cayce's archived readings, technological and material advancement without corresponding spiritual growth creates imbalances in human consciousness. Modern souls must navigate materialism, instant gratification, and spiritual disconnection that didn't exist in simpler historical periods. This creates what we might call a spiritual crossroads. Souls today have access to vast spiritual knowledge and teachings, but they also face unprecedented distractions and temptations that can derail their spiritual progress if they're not extremely careful about their choices. So how can you tell if you're making spiritual progress in this lifetime? Cayce's readings provide indicators that reveal whether your soul is advancing or remaining stuck in repetitive patterns. Understanding these signs could determine your entire spiritual future. According to Cayce's documented readings, advancing souls demonstrate specific responses to life's challenges. They learn to view difficulties as opportunities for spiritual growth, rather than random misfortunes or reasons for resentment. If you consistently react to problems with blame, victimhood, or bitterness, Cayce's teachings suggest you're missing the spiritual lessons these experiences are designed to provide. This pattern might indicate the need for similar learning opportunities in future lifetimes. Advanced souls, according to Cayce's archived cases, develop the ability to maintain inner peace and spiritual perspective, even during challenging experiences. They understand that every situation contains potential for spiritual development if approached with the right attitude. Another indicator involves your relationships, especially the difficult ones. Cayce's readings consistently showed that souls attract relationships that provide opportunities to develop spiritual virtues like patience, compassion, and forgiveness. If your relationships consistently involve drama, conflict, or emotional turbulence, this might indicate unresolved spiritual patterns requiring attention. Cayce's documented work suggests that souls often incarnate in groups, working through various conflicts and lessons together across multiple lifetimes. But here's something that might surprise you about Cayce's teachings on soul relationships. His readings indicate that your most challenging relationships often involve souls you've interacted with in previous lifetimes, providing opportunities to choose healing over hurt understanding over judgment. A third indicator appears throughout Cayce's readings, your motivation for service to others. His documented cases show that spiritually advancing souls naturally develop a genuine desire to help, heal, and uplift others without expecting personal benefit or recognition. According to Cayce's teachings, spiritual advancement requires moving beyond self-centered concerns to genuine care for others' welfare. Souls focused primarily on personal success, comfort, or material accumulation typically require additional learning experiences to develop a broader spiritual perspective. Now, let me share what Cayce's readings suggest about accelerating your spiritual progress in this lifetime. Information that could potentially reduce your need for future incarnations and help you advance more quickly than you might think possible. Cayce's archived readings consistently emphasize daily spiritual practices as essential for soul development. Prayer, meditation, and study of spiritual principles create internal conditions necessary for rapid spiritual growth and expanded consciousness. But here's what's crucial. According to Cayce's teachings, spiritual practices must be combined with practical application in daily life. Reading about forgiveness isn't sufficient. You must actually practice forgiving those who have hurt you. Learning about love isn't enough. You must demonstrate loving behavior through your actions and choices. Cayce's documented readings also emphasize the importance of paying attention to dreams for spiritual development. His teachings indicate that during sleep, souls receive guidance, instruction, and healing from higher spiritual dimensions. Understanding and working with your dreams can accelerate spiritual progress significantly. But wait, there's something in Cayce's later readings that suggests unusual urgency for souls currently incarnated. His documented work indicates that Earth itself undergoes spiritual evolution, which could affect future opportunities for incarnation under current conditions. According to some of Cayce's archived readings, planetary consciousness is advancing, which might eventually make incarnation more challenging for less spiritually developed souls. The Earth's spiritual classroom is essentially graduating to higher levels of consciousness. This doesn't predict catastrophic changes, but rather suggests that the opportunities for spiritual learning under current earthly conditions may not continue indefinitely. Future incarnation opportunities might require higher levels of spiritual development than currently necessary. Here's what this means for your current lifetime. If Cayce's readings are accurate, you're living during a period of significant spiritual opportunity. The lessons you learn, the spiritual progress you make, and the love you develop in this incarnation could have unusual importance for your soul's future. The most concerning aspect of Cayce's reincarnation teachings isn't the possibility of many future lifetimes. It's the potential for wasting this precious incarnation by focusing on temporary concerns instead of permanent spiritual development that transcends physical existence. Every day spent consumed by material worries, holding grudges, judging others, or living selfishly represents missed opportunities for spiritual advancement. Meanwhile, every moment invested in prayer, service, forgiveness, and love accelerates your soul's progress toward graduation from earthly existence. Cayce's documented readings suggest that souls approaching graduation often experience increased spiritual sensitivity, meaningful dreams, healing abilities, or strong desires to serve humanity. These might be signs that your soul is preparing to transcend the need for physical incarnation. But here's a final warning from Cayce's work. Even souls making significant spiritual progress can encounter setbacks if they develop spiritual pride, misuse their gifts, or stop growing in love and service to others. According to his archived readings, spiritual pride represents one of the greatest dangers for advancing souls. The moment you begin feeling superior to others because of your spiritual development or expecting special recognition for your growth, you create spiritual obstacles that require resolution through additional learning experiences. So, how many lives do you have left? According to Edgar Cayce's documented teachings, that question can only be answered by examining your current spiritual choices, relationships, daily practices, and responses to life's challenges. If you're developing genuine love for all people, practicing authentic forgiveness, serving others without expectation, and aligning your will with spiritual purposes, you might be approaching your final earthly incarnations. But if you're still controlled by resentment, selfish desires, material attachments, or spiritual pride, you likely have significant spiritual work remaining across potentially many future lifetimes. The most empowering truth in Edgar Cayce's reincarnation teachings is this: you have the power to accelerate your spiritual evolution, starting right now. You don't need to wait lifetimes. You don't need to resign yourself to endless cycles of return. Through dedicated spiritual practice, conscious daily choices, and genuine service to others, you can make extraordinary progress in a single lifetime. But here's the catch: you must begin immediately. Every single moment in this incarnation is an opportunity. Every interaction, every challenge, every choice gives you the chance to choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, and service over selfishness. These aren't just nice moral principles. They're the very forces that shape not only your happiness in this life, but also the trajectory of your soul's journey beyond it. When Cayce spoke of remaining lifetimes, he wasn't focused on giving you a number. Instead, he was inviting you to look into your own spiritual mirror. What do you see when you examine your choices, your attitudes, and your actions with complete honesty? Are you moving closer to the freedom of spiritual graduation, or are you setting yourself up to repeat the same lessons again? One of the most profound insights from Cayce's readings is that your reincarnation cycle can end the moment you make sufficient spiritual progress. The question isn't, how many lives do I have left? The real question is, how much growth am I willing to achieve in this one? This lifetime is your greatest chance, a precious window in which transformation is possible. If this exploration of your soul's journey has awakened something within you, take it seriously. Share this message with others who are ready to grow. Cayce's wisdom is not meant to be locked away in old archives. It's meant to be lived, practiced, and passed on to those who are searching. According to Cayce's documented readings, your spiritual future is being shaped right now, decision by decision. Every time you choose love instead of judgment, forgiveness instead of bitterness, service instead of selfishness, you step closer to the day you graduate from Earth's classroom for good. The terrifying and liberating truth is this: your remaining lifetimes depend entirely on you. The choice is yours. What will you do today to move your soul toward its final earthly incarnation? We want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch the video in its entirety. If you're interested in exploring more topics on spirituality, inner transformation, or mind philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to the Top Hidden Knowledge channel for more content on wisdom, spirituality, and personal growth. Or, if you have time, check out other videos on this channel. Until next time.